Hi. I know I'm streaming a little earlier than usual. Can we not with the wind? Really? Dude, can we not with the wind for a few seconds so I can let this say the Palo Santo, please? No? You're just gonna keep blowing the wind? Okay. I will just rotate my entire body. Well, welcome in, everyone. I'm having issues with the wind. I want to light this before we begin. It just blew out again. Are you serious? Well, at least it's working. Jesus, man. Fuck the wind. It always gotta blow at the wrong time. That's what I get for being an air sign, though. Anyway, anywho, welcome in. So I hope I don't have that. Do I have? Oh God, do I? Okay, cool. This message is gonna be a little different, than usual. I'm starting a little earlier because why not? But I kind of don't want to start with the tarot or anything with cards. I don't know really how I'm gonna start this message off, to be honest with you, but there is just a need to, I guess, understand what healing is. I feel called to express more on what healing is and how to actually heal, how to listen to your heart, because a lot of people feel like they heal, and healing is like, it's a forever step program, but there comes a point on the healing where you kind of find out at some points that you might be healing wrong, and that it all boils down to forgiveness, and forgiveness is a whole program. Here we go. We can probably get it lit. Let's go. But with healing, you have you sit down, you think about what's going on, you think about how things are working out, what you did, what they did, you forgive yourself, you forgive them, but it doesn't end there. Healing is very situational based. Every issue that comes to you for you to heal from derives from a certain situation. So let's say you're reading a book and you've never read this book before, but your friend or like someone random or your friend or whoever has read that book, and instead of letting you finish the book, they just tell you like how the book ends, or like a movie or something. Someone tells you like, oh yeah, the movie ends like this. That subconsciously, it puts you in an area of, damn, what the fuck, why'd you do that? Because it's like, I was trying to read this book and get a new experience, and now that experience is ruined because of knowing the secrets of the book, of how it was going to end or how the ending of the movie was going to be. Though you might forgive them for spoiling that thing, there's a need to also forgive the situation in a whole. There's a need to forgive like how the breakout came, how they came in and told you the truth about the ending. There's a need to forgive like, oh, well, I've never read this book before and you knew how bad I wanted it. There's a need to heal like not only your heart, but like your ego hurt. Your ego, where it says this shouldn't have happened because I never had this and it's my right to, do this, do that. There's a right to hear or see something the way you want to see it, and not have anyone else like perturb that. And that's something else that is part of the healing journey. It's more than just healing from what happened. It's how it happened, when it happened. Like, oh, it happened, and then like I was having such a good day up until like now that day has like a sour spot in it in the timeline because of actions of someone else. There's a need to healing is an all over thing. You gotta just focus not only on your heart but just like your subconscious. And a lot of people know that, and a lot of people don't know what it means to heal from the subconscious. And that's simply just thoughts that come up randomly or events that play in your head out of nowhere. Those are things needing to be healed. Those things that you press down, like, oh, that's small, I don't need to heal from that, it's whatever. They end up becoming bigger. The more you push it down, the more it comes up. And it's like very, I mean, it's obvious for some, but for others it's like the reason you haven't healed to a certain point, or you aren't mentally clear, is because that emotion that you've pushed down and suppressed has jumbled up with other suppressed emotions. It's, you have to detangle all these emotions that you pushed in, even from childhood. That's why healing is like never ending. Yeah, you've healed from your childhood wounds of being abandoned and stuff like that, but have you healed from why you were abandoned? Have you accepted that you are yourself and that you don't need to change who you are if you're doing things out of the joy and love of your heart? Are you content with who you are? Are you healing because of shame, or are you healing because you want to heal? You know, that's just the thing. Are you healing for a codependent reason, or are you healing because you genuinely want to heal? Like, are you healing because someone told you to go heal, or are you healing because you want, like, you know what I mean? Like, are you, why? The big question, you know, why are you doing it? Are you doing it for yourself, or for some sort of gratification for someone else, or to fit in somewhere? There's a whole need to know, like, why you're healing and why you're doing things, you know? Why, like, it's, you know, people want to say that, oh, it doesn't matter, or it doesn't, you know, it doesn't affect most, like, all you see, like, but it does. Like, your performance overall is affected by how you heal from something. And then also that delves into not healing too fast. It's not a race to the finish line. The healing journey is never done. Your ego makes you want to feel like there's a big finale to this healing thing, and there's none. The healing journey lasts from the second that you are put into this conscious world to the second that you leave. And everything's healing. Waking up in the morning and just like not feeling the best is a form of like needing to heal. What made you not feel so good? It's not saying it's a chore, but it's one of those things that we heal subconsciously. We don't heal consciously. It's a subconscious thing, because our conscious is more of an ego-based viewing point. Our conscious is how we express and how we see and feel and senses and all that shit. It's like how we would want to interpret it rather than what it is. We give labels, we give positions, prepositions, we give names, adjectives to all these things that don't need those labels. They just simply are, and they make you feel a certain way. That's part of the healing journey, is understanding you. It's not understanding or questioning why these things happened, or, oh, you know, they did that because I did XYZ, or yada yada. That the healing journey is understanding yourself, remembering that there is no disconnect from source. The disconnect you feel is from ego, from fear of being disconnected. When you feel as if you are disconnected, that is when you are disconnected. That if that makes sense. There's a need to understand that you aren't disconnected. Your ego, your circumstance that you've been placed in, the healing journey that you're on, has made you feel disconnected because of what's happened. It's because of your ego. It's the lies. It's the human-based. It's the brain of trying to, like, oh, you know, this happened because this, and this, and the ego needs all these answers for all these things. There's no true right or wrong answer. There's just the truth of what happened. You know, the emotions are real, the emotions need to be taken care of. But at the end of the day, those emotions have come and they've went. There's no need to hold on to those past events, to those past ways of feeling or heal, or like just even past ways of healing. Some, like, not everything can be healed the same. It's like, you know, well, this is gonna, it's, because it's like you have a broke arm. I don't like this wind blowing all the time. Can we just, I just want to light this. It's the wind blow. Let's, yeah, that's funny. Anyway, it's like you have, let's say you break your arm and then someone else like gashes their leg open. You can't like heal a broken arm and heal a gash in your leg the same way. But at the end of the day, at some point, they equal the same, they have to heal in the same way. Like after a moment of time, your body does what it needs to do. I'm trying to like get my thoughts together and I can't. I'm trying to like smoothen out this energy because it's rough. Can we stop with the wind? Seriously. Just for a few seconds. But it takes different tools. It takes different mechanisms. Maybe you need to do deep meditation. Maybe you just need to sit down and relax on it. You know, there's multiple ways of healing, but at the end of the day, it all boils down to if you truly feel like you're healed. If you don't feel like you're healed from a situation, then don't blow it off and seem like you're not, then seem like you're healed. There's a need to just, like, yes, let bygones be bygones, but understand why it's important to release that emotion that you feel. Understanding the restrictions that emotions make you feel. God, I'm trying to find like a better way to explain this. But I feel like I'm getting it out. But there's a need to almost like reevaluate situations, what role you played, what roles other people played, but not in a victimhood status, not being like, oh, this happened, so this had to happen, or, you know, this and that, or so-and-so just did this and this. Don't put anyone in a victim, that's what I'm trying to say, thank you, Spirit. Don't put anyone in the position of being a victim when you heal. We're all innocent in our own way. And, well, we're not in our own way, but we're all innocent because we are all children of God, whether they accept it or not. And there's just a need to understand that someone else's ignorance should not be your issue. It shouldn't be your job to give someone a victim placement if they themselves don't feel like a victim either. The only thing that exists is the truth, and the truth is the actions that were taken. Don't put blame on others for what they did. You don't know how it affected them type energy. But there's just an overall like repairing, or a destroying to repair, destroying how you felt, destroying the actions taken that from what you're trying to heal from, just destroying all of it, looking at it as a core basis, as just a spectator. Because when you're in that healing energy, when you're looking back in the past to heal from things, you're just in a spectator energy. You shouldn't feel those strong emotions. You shouldn't allow those emotions to correct or dismiss anything. Just allow them to come and show themselves how they wish to be seen. Because they existed at one point, and they just need to be let go. The whole thing with letting things go isn't just to like forget about them, but it's in a way to just remembering them in a bright light. Whenever someone like passes away or dies, you don't want to remember them in like a negative light. You remember them in a positive light so that they're able to be set free. The same goes for emotions. The same goes for people in your life. The same goes for anything. Whatever is brought into your life should leave as innocent as once it came. It can't detach from you if you have some sort of emotion attached to it. Like these, because it's part of what I did a reading on earlier too, but there's a need to understand that when you watch like tarot readings, or you like you get readings, or you do whatever you do to get clarification and heal, there's a need to understand why it's being told from so many different perspectives. It's not just one thing happening, it's the thought forms, it's the emotions, it's the full energy that accompanied this person, this event, the timeline itself. And there's a need not only to just acknowledge that, yes, yeah, they felt this way, yeah, they felt that way, yeah, like, we're all healing and they messed up and I messed up. It's just no one messed up. No one knew how to handle that situation. It wasn't like to punish anyone. It was simply an experience that everyone had to handle on their own accord. No one knew what was going on. No one knew like how to handle these things, and everyone has their own way of handling things. There's a need to just understand that even though these people did black magic and they did all this shit, there's not a full reason to hate or to like, oh, they did this shit to me, so that's why they deserve karma. Like, no, the karma for you still is because you want a negative output on this person, is for that thought to be in your head still. The good karma, the bad karma doesn't matter. It still affects you no matter how you feel or no matter how things like seem. It's very much just, what is going on in their world, what happened with them. Truly, though you might know everything, like, oh yeah, so-and-so got coerced to do this, or like, I don't know, I got in a car wreck and it was because someone was like looking at their phone or whatever. It might seem mindless to you, but to that person it meant something, unless they wouldn't have done it unless it meant something to them, unless there was some emotion attached. Sorry, I got hair just attached to me, but it wouldn't have happened if there wasn't anything attached to it that meant something of value to that person. Everyone's value at some point during any situation was damaged, was scorched in a way. And there's just a need to remember that despite how the events went, or despite what happened to you or what happened to other people, it wasn't just a test, but it was just an event, a point in time that needed to just almost happen out of curiosity's sake. And it's not even curiosity in a bad, it's just what else was supposed to happen, In the grand scheme of things, we all signed up for some healing. We all signed up to be on the spiritual path. And along the spiritual path, we have to go on these levels. And at some point, you are under attack. But it's not like you haven't been under attack before. It was just in a different way, a different energy, a different force that was presented to you to make you feel that way. And there's just a need to understand that this attack, though it may have felt a little more personal, it was the exact same attack that you went through in middle school, from your family life. You just had more knowledge, and with that knowledge comes power, and with that power comes force and responsibility and everything else. Just because you were more enlightened doesn't mean something was heavier. It just means that you were able to break down what they were doing to a point to where it felt bigger. And though it is always, but bigger than how we can ever imagine, it's just our knowledge, we understood things on a deeper level. It's the same thing as like bullying from elementary school or middle school or however, it's the same tactics that they used, but you were just understanding more. Black magic just isn't like doing spell work, it's lies, it's manipulation. It's having control over someone else. That's all black magic is a means of control. There we go, if I can speak. And you just understood what was going on more. Though not everyone in your life was doing spell work, the fact that words was involved is still a form of like spiritual work. Words have always had power. Words always have power. They've never not had power. If they didn't have power, why would we use them? Why do you think when you say something it hurts your feelings? It's not just like a brain thing, it's a whole spiritual thing. It hurts you because it triggers something within your soul, not your brain. Your brain doesn't know emotions. Your brain knows a response. That's all it knows. It knows that, oh, this is that emotion. This feeling, this vibration, this energy leads to that emotion. Your brain doesn't understand where it comes from. It just knows how to identify it. And there's just like there's a need to just identify. Not for yourself, but not even for the sake of that energy, just knowing that you knew, just understanding truly that there's no difference is what I'm trying to get to. I'm like stumbling up my words right now, but there is just an overall need of concentrating on the healing, and not the whys or the ifs or the hows, or it could have been this way, or I wanted to heal them and they knew, and stuff like that. There's no need for blame or victim mentality, or pushing or shoving or anything of that nature. There's just a need to sit down and just viewpoint it from a higher perspective. You have all this information now. It's like when you refresh and you learn about these things and you go back and heal from them. It's not to be like, yep, I was right about this, yep, I was right about that. That's like an ego gratification, to be like, yep, I was right about this, and then and this happened, so yeah, like, yes, those things happened because God said they would. It's not for your ego to get this boost and be like, yep, I know what's going on, I'm a high priestess, empress, like stuff like that. It's so you can actually understand and heal on a deeper level the attachments that you still have to those things. Yes, you were right. That should allow you to feel free and understanding that you knew what was going to happen. Not like an ego thing where you go off and you're like, yep, I was right about so and so, and who cares, and laugh. But there's a need to just understand that you've been doing the same thing to yourself that other people have been doing to you, but you haven't noticed it yet. You haven't noticed the I want to say the ignorance, because that's what's coming through. I don't mean to like come off harsh, but it's like the way people talked about you, the way people put you down, you put yourself down in that same way, but you don't recognize it because it's coming from yourself, and instead of an external force where you can personify it and then give reason to dislike that thing. Our conscious mind doesn't understand if you're talking to yourself or if you're talking to other people. We just understand, we hear what we hear, and that's about it. We don't know who we're talking to. We just say things, we hear things. That's why when you call someone a name, it hurts both people. Your conscious doesn't know if you're talking about yourself or other people. So it's important to just know and understand that when you tell yourself that you're not sure if you can do something, that's not something that you would tell yourself if not you heard it from someone else. It's not only just like a codependency on someone else's words they used in the past, but it's also to yourself, not allowing yourself to fully understand the imprint that those words have left on you, and the importance of understanding that you made it to points that people said that you never could make it to. And that alone should have broken that chain, but there's still something holding that chain together. And I get it might just be just the unrealization of you using the same tactics that your enemy uses against you. And thank you for the donation. It means the world to me. But that's what I'm trying to get at. And thank you for the donation too. But there's a need to just understand and realize that whenever someone looks at you and they say something that you say is a lie, or they look at you and they say, oh, this isn't, you can't do this or you can't do that, or that'll never happen, that's because they've never experienced it in their life. They've never seen it. They've never dug deep enough. They haven't. And because they haven't, they don't want you to. It's an ego thing where everyone wants to seem like they know more than someone else, when we're all here to learn. All fact was fiction at one point. Everything true was false at one point. Light bulbs weren't real. Now they are. The fucking like new iPhones weren't real, but here they are being real. Everything that was fake has become real. There's no need to deny something just because you don't believe in it, or because your ego doesn't like hearing it. Just because of that doesn't mean it's wrong, doesn't mean it's anything bad. It's just different from what you know. And that ignorance of denying something that you don't understand is proof of the ignorance of you saying that this can't be, or the ignorance of questioning why and how, is an ego issue that needs to be broken and healed. Things didn't exist until they existed. Things that you weren't aware of were not real until they happened to you. Black magic, oh, magic's not real, and then it happened to you. Oh, being abandoned by family members, that's not real. Like, you have to do something really mean to people. No, you don't. That shit happened to a lot of people who did nothing mean to your families. You know what I mean? Things that you think don't exist. Just because you can't see it or it hasn't happened to you doesn't mean it's not real. That's the human ignorance. That's the disconnect from God. That's the ego wanting to control. That's the difference between someone who is free and unbound and someone who is bound. They have to ask why, or how can that be, or why does it, I don't think so, or stuff like that. The negligence of understanding is where it comes in. The fact that people want to combat and have like some sort of higher status than someone, and not understanding that we're all here together on the same plane, proves it. The fact that no one truly takes time anymore to understand the truth, which is all false, because truth can only be perceived by you. There's a universal truth that we all just synonymously agree on, and then there's the truth that your ego finds. There's the truth that you yourself find through your own experiences, and we're here to share those experiences. There's no right or wrong way to experience. It's like it's the same thing of like you're eating like a hot chip, right? You're eating like a hot piece of food or something, and then this person's like, oh my god, my mouth's on fire, and then you eat it, and you're like, this isn't hot at all. That's two different experiences. It's hot. Whether you think it is or not, it is. It has been classified as hot, not only by you, but by the branding that these people have put into it. The invention of that object that was supposed to be spicy and hot it was given that label. Because it doesn't mean that to you, doesn't mean it's happening to someone. Like, you're not everyone. We're all interconnected. We're all different parts of ourselves, of course. I'm different parts of you, and you're different parts of me, etc., etc. And that just means we experience different things on a spectrum. Just because it's not for me doesn't mean it's not for you, and vice versa. And that's really just what I wanted to get out. The people around you were just other vibrations, other bits of your soul that were you. You always meet bits of your soul. No matter where you go on this earth, no matter who you meet and who you see, you're replicating. You're a part of that person's soul. Everyone used to be, oh, this doesn't exist. Oh, that doesn't exist. We all used to be that way. But the more we experience, the more we get out and learn and do things, the more we understand. Though we look at people who are closed-minded and, shallow, for lack of a better term, and we look at them and judge them, we used to be that same way. We're just repeating that same cycle of, oh, this isn't that, and that isn't that, and then moving on with their life, when we're not realizing that we're still stuck in this cycle of seeming better than someone else, not accepting someone else's experience for a fact, understanding that anything can happen, but not allowing fear to drive it, is the big number one. That's the big number one. But we're gonna get into the tarot now. I just felt like I just needed to get that out, because I have been thinking about that for a while, and it's just like, it's an ego thing. The more you realize and sit down, like, it's not your brain. It's not something that perturbs you internally. It's an energy that you feel. It's a threat almost to you. It's how the brain and the ego work together. The ego feels threatened, so it puts an energy of threat, puts a feeling of threat around you. It makes you feel uneasy. The unknown is very uncomfortable, but that doesn't mean you shun away from it. That you just, you know, you have, I mean, you do what you want, free will, but there's a reason for why it's showing itself to you. But I want to get one more card. Okay, well, we have the Two of Swords reversed, the Devil reversed, the Knight of Wands reversed, the Wheel of Fortune reversed, and the Sun upright. So yeah. After talking about all that, we're gonna dig back into tarot. But there's an unbounding and unchaining happening. There is someone that was pushing their authority too hard, that has lost all control. Some bad luck, they're not in the control they wish to be in. With the Sun, there are things being revealed. It's very weird. I don't understand the Sun card, because it's very unique. It's like, I don't know, because I want to say the sunflowers are making the sun. That's how it seems for me, but it could be leaking down either way. But just, there is almost like just an amount of energy that's being formed. The Fool, the Page of Cups, and Death. Okay. There is oh, it's on the bottom there. With the Lovers reverse. Yeah, the ending of a contract. Cool. The ending of a reunion. Someone knows that they can't reune with you. So there is someone who knows they can't reune with you, but they want to come back, if that makes sense. There's an energy that knows that it won't, that it's like they know, they feel as if they're on bad terms with you. Ten of Swords reverse, Queen of Wands reverse. This is someone that wants to remove barriers. It could be a couple, a husband, wife, a friend. It could be one person with distorted masculine and feminine energies. Very ruthless, very controlling, very adamant of having some sort of control. The Queen of Cups reverse, damn. Yeah, someone feels like their whole life has stopped because you're moving forward. That's the energy. It doesn't make sense. This person's very, like, codependent. Very, very codependent on you. Ace of Cups reverse. Two of Cups reverse. Damn. 3 of Cups, 4 of Cups, the Star, the Ace of Wands, all in reverse. Is this deck in reverse? There's no way. Everything's just coming out in reverse. I feel like this is just an energy wipe. That's really what it's giving. It's just someone is... With the Sun being the only upright, though, well, Death is upright. The Sun and Death, and the Page of Cups, the Fool, are the only ones upright. This is energy cleanse. This is an energy cleanse. Something is just being dumped out of your life. Some sort of... I guess, like, self-guilt. I feel. There's some sort of energy just being lifted up and taken away, though. We have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Yeah. Oh my god. Can y'all are spitting shit out too much. Hold on. The 3 of Cups, the 3 of Pentacles reverse. And the Six of Pentacles upright. Yeah. It's given revival energy. There's just a promise has been broken is what it's giving. Like there's a bunch of scattered energy, but it's all leading to one point, and it's just the sun in the upright. There's just a release of negativity. There's just a release of endings almost. It's like everything that could have ended has ended. And there's just a need to like revitalize the Six of Pentacles, pour back into yourself, give yourself more. Literally like pouring into every hole. Every hole has hands coming out of it except for the one she's pouring into. It's like maybe you've given attention here with the healing. It's like you've been giving all this attention to your healing, and that's been making you focus on other energies as well. It's like now it's time to focus on you. What do you need? Yeah, you need healing, but how do you need to heal? What could you do? With the King of Cups reverse. Damn, and the Seven of Swords reverse as well. That's fucking crazy. The Three of Cups reverse. This is just all in reverse. I don't know what to do about that. They're all in this reverse. But it's just... Yeah. The Eight of Cups reverse. Yeah. It's like you're gone. Someone wants you. It's like energies want to pull you back, but you're gone. They're pulling on a past version of you. Everything is really in reverse, except for the Seven of Wands with conflict. You fighting back. Something fighting back. Some sort of conflict. With all these energies just being in reverse, it's really just weird. Four of Cups reverse, yeah. Four of Pentacles, 4-4 reverse. You've let go. You've released control over the situation. I really am picking up on people that just like fully release the situation. It's no longer theirs to worry about. It's in the hands of the Lord. You're just doing things that you need to focus on or that you wanted to focus on. There's a need to almost revitalize like things that you've been not doing. Like maybe it's a time for you to like do more art or just take days off or get more sleep or just give to yourself more. I'm gonna use the Kipper-ish. I want to get something different. Mature man entity attachment is not how I wanted to start this off. Okay. Well, we have blocked death magic and bliss. Yeah, this death magic is being blocked from you. Mentally unstable, confusion, illusion, obsession. Yep. So that's so funny. Yeah, it's blocked. Everything's being blocked from you. This death magic. Someone who's obsessed with you is being blocked. This illusion that they're trying to put you in has been blocked. Trying to make you mentally or emotionally unstable is being blocked. I just heard suicide spell. Okay. Someone may be trying to use like projections or some shit to like get you to, take care of yourself. But you're ascending and these rituals are not working. Emotional pain reverse. Yeah, it's like I don't know, it's like it's really just, it's over. Message, yeah, that's the message. Someone's getting a message. What is this message about, Spirit? Or what is the message about? Travel. Divine Feminine abundance. Yeah. Someone's getting a message that you're moving on, Divine Feminine, with abundance. Which is beautiful. Like, that's how it should be. It's like it's two different energies colliding with each other. It's like a tornado has just ended. As you have the hot winds, the cold winds. It's really given the tornado has just stopped. It's like it's over. The storm's gone. You're moving on. You're abundant. You're like, you have the divine glow, the divine protection. Flying monkey reverse, Darcy reverse. Damn. Yeah, people like the storm's over. You're the only one unscathed. Everyone sees that you're the only one still doing what you were doing before, during, and after. You're the only one that's okay out of everyone. So how can you be at fault? Real love, distant future. Someone knows that your love is real, that you truly are loved by the divine, that you have nothing in your vessel but love. Distant future lust. Ew. Lust and gift. Yeah, someone was just ew. Ew. Yeah, someone was just addicted. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I'm picking up the projection of someone was more fun when they didn't have their gifts. I don't know what that means. That doesn't really mean anything. You never not had your gifts. That makes no sense to say. How do I say that? There was never a point in your life where you were not gifted. I'll say that. There was never a point in your life when you were not gifted. But someone felt like you weren't gifted at one point. We have karmic femme change. Legal issue, Jezebel reverse, divine masculine. Okay. So this karmic femme has successfully changed the divine masculine, someone that was in the upright, into being in reverse. I'm picking up a lot of anxiety, a lot of just torment. Legal and Jezebel reverse. Don't you tell me that someone was trying to change some sort of legal action by being... Someone... Okay, well, you know, that's not a first time, but someone may have tried to seduce someone in the court of law to... This person who's in the court of law may also be your soulmate. But someone tried to seduce someone in the court of law, or seduce some sort of legal situation to go in their favor. Seduce not just meaning sexual, but to persuade with lustful intent. That's gross. I don't want to see that ever again. I really just don't want to see that again. Do not show me that. Commitment, manipulation, reverse. Karma, reverse. Let me get one more. Conflict, reverse. Yeah. Okay. So, someone's not able to manipulate this commitment. These weird karmic people cannot manipulate the situation. Karma is not on their side, which is why you have no conflict. Like, you are so protected, so loved by the divine, so highly respected, looked down at, like, not looked down at, but looked upon, I should say. I said down at because above, but rising star. You're going up. Health concern reverse and chakras upright. You're not in bad health. You shouldn't, like, there's not a need to be concerned with your health. Focus on your chakras as well. Okay. We have entity attachment and karmic mask. Oh my god, I just never realized they have blood on their face. Oh my goodness. No, but this karmic masculine has an entity attachment. It sucks to be them, I guess. And false reverse. So someone knows the truth there is some sort of like, I'm getting that someone lied about something not being a lie, and then that's coming out as being a lie. That's just really confusing. Relationship reverse, starseed reverse, health concern reverse. Yeah, it's giving like someone, I don't know, someone just lied about lying. That's just what it is someone lied about lying. Someone lied about lying, and and then it got exposed as being a lie. That's a crazy way to go out. Anyway, do I want to? Yeah, I will. I'll use these. Fuck it. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Alright. Let's see here. What's going on? What's going on? Give me 2 more cards. Okay. Instead of give me 2 more. Oh, that's 3. I'll take them though. Ooh. We have the 5 of Pentacles reversed, the 8 of Swords upright, the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. So you're coming out of some sort of self-imposed imprisonment that you put yourself in. You might have felt relaxed or yeah, with the moon even, and Happy Squirrel popping out too in the upright for once. But you're releasing yourself from a self-imposed prison that you might not have even known you were in. The 8 of Swords just talks about being blind and moving forward. With the Hermit reverse, the 10 of Cups, the Sun reverse, and the 8 of Cups. Yeah, there might have been some illusion of never getting this 10 of Cups, never seeing the brighter side of things. There's an illusion that you're like, there's just like some sort of illusion of walking away being the best choice for you, that you might be breaking, or someone's breaking an illusion of, yeah, with strength. Yeah, you, thank you, Spirit. There's an an illusion that's just being busted. Something that wasn't seen is now being seen. You took a different path. With the 9 of Swords reversed, yeah, and you know that there's no reason to fear. You're tracking ahead. So keep doing what you're doing. I just, there's something. The 3 of Swords. Can I get 2 more cards, Spirit? Thank you. 3 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands reversed. Yeah. So this illusion of you being heartbroken and not receiving anything that you want is being shattered. It is shattered. Someone may be coming to the harsh realization that just because they're stopped because of emotions doesn't mean you are. This is a Queen of Pentacles reverse. I'm picking up the energy of just someone that doesn't believe in themselves. The only reason they do things is to compete so they can get attention. And you're not competing with them. They're not getting any attention. And though they want attention, and though they don't care if it's negative or not, there is part of them that's losing that attention. The Ace of Swords, the 8 of Wands. Yeah, someone's lies are being stopped. Someone can't cause chaos anymore. There's negative confirmation. There's negative messages going out about this person, about how they lied about you. Queen of Pentacles reverse again, seriously, with the Ace of Cups and the World reverse. Someone was like, it's just like someone lying to everyone, saying that you weren't gonna do something, and they all gathered around with their popcorn bowls and to watch you. No, literally with the 3, yeah, with the they set out to watch you, and you got your shit. You, with the Lovers, you did, like, you are on the right track. The 9 of Cups, the 5 of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. There's a contract of yours. There's a union with yourself that these people wanted to sabotage, but you loved yourself more to let these people sabotage you. You healed. There's like, you're picking up your mess. You picked up your mess and you've healed. Someone wanted you to feel like your healing was depression. Someone wanted you to get stuck in a loop of you're healing because you're a bad person. You're healing because you feel bad for XYZ. Like that's how they wanted you to feel like your healing was, with the High Priestess and the Four of Wands. But you knew that you were becoming more stable. You might have felt mentally unstable at one point in time, but it was just to get you more stable. The Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Cups, reverse. And then the Three of Cups upright. Yeah, there are people that team together with, it's just, I don't know. Maybe this person tried doing something that you tried to do and it didn't work out. And then now it works out, and because it worked out for you, they're seen as weird. But everyone in the situation's weird. Yeah, Empress reversed, Two of Wands reversed, Knight of Wands, yeah. This person doesn't have any ambition. Could be a Leo, Aries, or a Sag. A Libra, an Aquarius. I'm getting Gemini and Cancer as well. But these people had dreams that you wanted, that the same dreams that you had. You know, everyone has a dream of like living comfortably and having enough money to be okay and not worry about X, Y, and Z. Like everyone has that, you know? It'd be wrong to deny that you don't want like a happy life. But these people see that you actually are getting the happy life. It's just like something about, you're not materialistic. With the Empress reverse, these people are very like, I want to say savvy. They want to seem like, keeping up with the Joneses, sure, we can just go on and say that. But these people really want to be flashy. Judgment. They need something to be tactile. They need to have something like physically there to prove. It's not an emotional thing for these people. Seven of Wands reverse. But because it's such a soul-based thing for you, because it's so driven deeply in you, they can't sabotage you. You're really showing people that there's more to life than just fast cars and sex and money and drugs and all sorts of shit. There's so much more to this journey. And you're making people see that. Well, you're not really making people do anything, but like you're allowing people to see just how different you are. People might have thought you were the same, but you were just trying to act different to seem like you weren't part of some sort of crowd. Or maybe you've just always been different, and these people thought that you weren't gonna ever make it because everyone else is doing the same thing but you. But you're proving them wrong. Can I get you to stay up? No, I can't. Okay, whatever. I give up. Whatever. But you're proving a lot of people wrong at this time. You're proving people who think that healing isn't important wrong. Healing is important in general. Our body does it by default. But there's something about people knowing how much they put you down and how other people put them down the exact same way, but you still kept pushing forward with the Knight of Pentacles. There's strength on the bottom too. I'm gonna shuffle 5 more times and read these. Because I feel like I feel like I got the message. Take the bottom and the split, why not? So we have, someone's getting a message that they're stuck because of what they've invested in, because of their power. It's like, I don't know, man. People are finding out a little bit more. Also, damn, 888. Strength, the 8 of Wands, the 8 of Swords. Anyway, that's a financial upgrade. That's good luck. That's karma. That's what comes around goes around. But there's an energy of just you proving what power is by walking your own path. And though people might not agree with it or see it as power, they can't recognize it other than a force that almost scares them. The unknown of just how true things are for you. You know what I mean? Because you're doing things that other people aren't doing, and that almost intimidates them. In a sense, like people don't understand how easily intimidated they really are, despite how big or brash they seem. There's always a sense of fear of, oh, what if I do this wrong, or oh, what if I do that wrong? And that's kind of what you're proving people to not have. It's like, don't be afraid of what can or can't happen. Just do it and find out. Because if you don't, nothing's gonna happen. You're really proving like what it means to walk in your own footprints, what it means to to be yourself, to just truly walk the path that you feel destined to walk towards. And it's threatening. I'm not gonna lie, it is a very threatening energy. I'm trying to like soothe it out. But I don't know, it's like people are very threatened by people that are within themselves, because you can't control someone that knows who they are, that does what they need to do. It's impossible to. And I don't know, maybe you were really easily controllable at one point in your life, but now, like, since you've pushed on beyond these like metrics of limited belief systems and projections from other people, and just seeing other people not reach their goals, and that's keeping you from reaching yours. Like, there's so many different things. Like, I don't know, there's like a conscious barrier that you've surpassed, and you're seeing how these people failed, and you're seeing how they couldn't fail, and you're doing things your way, the way that wouldn't fail. You know what I mean? Like, you know how to do things, you know how to run a business, or you know how to run like an entrepreneurship, you know how to do these things, and other people don't. But they look at you like you don't either, because you don't have experience in it, so how would you know? But you do. You just know. There are things in this world that you just know, and there are things in this world that you don't know. And you're a lot more knowledgeable than you think. You're a lot more smart than you think. But people didn't want you, and it's not because of you, it's because they didn't want to have someone or something to make themselves feel lesser than. It doesn't matter, because you could have been anyone else. You could have been anyone. Like, and thank you so much for the donation. It means the world to me. You could have been fucking, like, I don't know, random celebrity, enter celebrity name here. You could have been them, but they just didn't want it to. Because, like, oh, I don't want so-and-so to get big and glow up because that makes me feel weird. Because, I don't know. It's just like a weird, like, projection thing where someone views you as lesser than, because animal instincts, we all need a hierarchy or whatever the hell. No, we don't. We're all humans. We can all do the same thing, okay? We can all do it. It doesn't matter. There's just a limitation belief, We don't put yourself in that box of limitation. But then you haven't, which is why people are, like, scared of you, because you take risks. I don't know. People feel like taking a risk is like a life or death. They feel like they're playing Russian roulette with their life or their ideas, and it's really weird. Or people are so scared of other people stealing what they have when they weren't the first person to do it. And there's just an acknowledgement, there we go, that's the word, that you have within you that allows you to know that that's okay. Like, you're not the first person to do this, and you're not going to be the last, but you're going to be the first to put your own energy into it, because it's your energy and no one else's. And it's weird because people know that you're so multifaceted, that your energy is so bright and good and true and honest that it would get you somewhere, even if it doesn't get you to like the max status being whatever the fuck your ego wants. But they know that you're gonna get somewhere that's not even to sound mean, but their projection really is like better than they would be able to get. It makes it, you would just seem better than them because you doing something that they could do. More people would rather be towards you than them because you just give off like a different energy. Everyone's so used to people being mean and, you know, shitting on everyone's dreams and pushing everyone around. You don't do that. So it's like, dang, I kind of want to be next to them because they're doing something different. That's the only thing. Like you don't fit in with the crowd, and that's good. Like no one should fit in. We should all be different. No one should ever fit in. Fitting in, like, yeah, you follow your dreams, but you can follow your dreams and get to where you need to get. You know, don't let the illusion of the Matrix or the 3D being better fool you. Like you're always better off doing something the way you want to because that's the way it's intended. Anyway, you have elephant, which is forgiveness. If you are feeling angry about a past issue, the elephant is asking you to discover the more vulnerable feelings behind that anger. You're being asked to forgive and be gentle with others. We have turkey, which is good news. You may soon receive an important but very unexpected gift. Accept this with deep respect. Someone has sacrificed a lot to help you open doors and grow. A lot of things will change for the better. Armadillo, which is protection. You are entering a phase where in order for you to be in alignment with your intentions and co-create your best life, you may need to discern and say no to many things that have been holding you back in the past. Confidence, which is raven. You are encouraged to disconnect from all physical or materialistic plan and move towards the spiritual realm. You have a deep spiritual connection which you mustn't ignore. You are on the brink of transformation and your divine purpose may be revealing itself. Panther, which is guidance. It is time to release your passions, live your dreams, and begin a new chapter in your life. You are encouraged to expand your awareness, eliminate fears, and become a whole new person. You are guided and protected. And perseverance. This is a message of patience. Whatever is going on right now, you cannot be so ambitious. By pacing yourself, the end result will be far more rewarding. Slow down, don't rush. Oh my God. Work carefully and learn to accept help from others. And last but not least, we have hedgehog, which is trust. This is a reminder that even if you feel like others don't understand you or get what you're doing, it's no excuse to curl up and hide. Sure, you may need a little bit of space right now, but the world needs your gifts. You are more than worthy. Thank you, animals. Thank you, animal kingdom. Thank you, spirit animals. They're coming through, telling us what we need to do, telling us advice. And we're going to get your angel messages. What's coming through with the angels? What's coming through with the angels? Angels, what's going on? Oh. Okay, y'all are going kind of crazy. I'm gonna shuffle 2 more times. Why does the last card keep popping off? What's going on? What's going on with that, huh? Y'all want to do some explaining? Well, I just heard he that is last shall be first. You know, in the eyes of the Lord, the last are the first. The tail is the head. But the inner voice, thank you, angels, for guiding me through my inner voice. The miracle of prayer, Archangel Sandalphon. Thank you, Sandalphon, for delivering my prayers to heaven. Thank goodness. Take a step back. Thank you, angels, for helping me to step back from what is not serving me. The miracle of nature. Thank you, angels, for helping me to reconnect through nature and fresh air. Speak your truth with Archangel Gabriel. Thank you, Gabriel, for helping me to speak with integrity. Clear your vibes with Archangel Metatron. Thank you, Metatron, for clearing my energy field. Yes, thank you, Metatron. Goodness. Move your body. Thank you, angels, for motivating me to move my body and my energy. Shine your light with Archangel Uriel. Thank you, Uriel, for helping me to share my light with the world. Honor your feelings with Archangel Anael. Thank you, Anael, for supporting me as I honor my emotions. And last but not least, don't hate, meditate. Thank you, angels, for guiding me to love through meditation. Always. Always, always, always. Thank you, angels, for being here. And thank all of you all for being here as well. I love you all so much. Thank you for the donations, for all the support, the likes, comments, shares, subscribes. Everything means the world. I love you all so much, to the moon and back, forever and always, tenfold, 1,000-fold, however many folds you need to do. But I love you so much. Thank you all for being here. And I will see you all later.